Hello students, welcome to Vishnu IAS Academy. From today, we are coming up with a new initiative to help you all called as Economy Made Easy. Now, as part of this Economy Made Easy, our major agenda is to simplify the topics and concepts in economy. Of course, many of you might be feeling problematic with respect to understanding economic concepts. So, we want to solve that issue. Now, how the things will be going on in this? We will be taking one chapter or one topic from the syllabus and we will break that topic into some micro parts and we will be dealing each part in each video, so that it will be type of effective learning for you all. Okay. Now, without any delay, we will start with a topic called inflation. Now, inflation as a topic is very much important to our exam. Why? Because we are seeing every year minimum 1 or maximum 2 questions from inflation as a topic. So, this is important. That means for sure you will be getting 2 marks or 4 marks for inflation and the questions will also be relatively easier compared to other chapters. Next, even in mains also we had seen questions with respect to inflation. For example, in mains 2023 they had asked a question with respect to causes of inflation and measures taken by the government of India. So, in this context, we will proceed with our topic inflation. Now, as part of this series with respect to inflation, I am dividing inflation chapter into 6 parts. We will release 6 videos for inflation. In the first video, we will discuss what is inflation and different measurements of inflation, and some more measurements will be discussed in the other video. In the third video, we will see different types of inflation, and the coming video would be of causes of inflation and further various measures needed to curtail this inflation, and lastly, inflation targeting. In this manner, we will be covering the entire topic of inflation. Okay. Now, first of all, what is inflation? If inflation simply means if there is a rise in the prices, it is called inflation, right? So, if you have to define it, we can say that sustained and unchecked increase in general price level, and this must be relative to some specific period of time. Generally, it might be 1 month or 1 year. So, if prices of a good increased in 1 month or 1 year, we can call it as inflation. Now, while calculating whole inflation of our country, we won't be dealing with any single object or single thing. We will be looking into large number of goods and services. Remember it, while calculating inflation, either sugar or oil, single items won't be counted. A basket of items would be counted. Okay. Now, the very first thing we need to understand with respect to the concept of inflation is its link with the purchasing power. Okay. Now, with inflation, purchasing power of money falls. That means the purchasing power of money gets reduced. Why this happens? What is purchasing power? Purchasing power of money means, for example, take a case of 100 rupees note. What is the purchasing power of it? How many goods or how much quantity of goods I am able to buy with this 100 rupee note? Okay. Now, just if I have to explain you with an example, take you have 100 rupees. Consider currently the cost of sugar is 50 rupees per kg. So, with 100 rupees, you can buy 2 kgs of sugar, right? But if the cost of sugar increases to 75, what will happen? With the same 100 rupees, we cannot buy 2 kgs of sugar, right? We can buy just less than 1.5 kg of sugar. What is happening here? The 100 rupees doesn't change. We are using the same 100 rupees, but the quantity of purchase we are able to do with that 100 rupees is getting reduced. Before, we are able to buy 2 kgs of sugar, but now we are able to buy less than 2 kgs. Why? The simple reason is inflation. Because the cost of sugar increased from 50 to 75, purchasing power had reduced. So, this simply we are calling as with inflation, purchasing power of money falls. Okay, clear? Now, if it is clear with respect to inflation, what we had seen, inflation means rise in the prices, and with that inflation, purchasing power of money gets reduced. Now further, we will look into one more important topic called measurement of inflation. See, in most of the PYQs in UPSC Prelims related to inflation have been belonging to this topic called measurements of inflation. That means how we will be measuring the inflation. I told that inflation doesn't only deal with a single item, it deals with basket of goods. If in our earlier case, we are taking only a single item called sugar, there is no need of any measurement of inflation. We can directly say that cost of sugar increased by 25 rupees. But this is not sufficient, right? To know the exact happenings in the economy or to make any government policy, we need larger data, that is data with respect to large number of items. So what we had done? We had created one index. If the value of that index will be increasing or decreasing, this tells us information about whether inflation is increasing or decreasing. Okay. Now, as part of that, we will be discussing the first type of measurement of inflation. The very first type of measurement of inflation is wholesale price index. Wholesale price index. Now, what is this wholesale price index? Now, we are telling these index will be analyzing the changes in the values or changes in the cost of a product. Now, what is uniqueness of this wholesale price index is that it will be analyzing the inflation at the hands of wholesaler. That means the person will be selling that good to a retailer and later on we will be buying from that retailer called as consumer. Now, in the first place, we are trying to calculate inflation at this because future cost of a consumer will be depending on this wholesale price. So, if you are able to know details with respect to WPI, it will be easier for us to devise any policy. Now, the things first we need to know with respect to wholesale price index. First, who will be releasing this wholesale price index? Here, we have a body called Office of Economic Advisor. This is as part of DPIIT, Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade in the Ministry of Commerce. So, WPI will be released by Office of Economic Advisor, which is in DPIIT and which belongs to Ministry of Commerce. Okay. Now, what is the base year for analyzing this wholesale price index? Now, the base year for this wholesale price index is 2011-12. Now, there is a catch here that government is willing to change the base year. We will see this further in the video. First, we will see the basic facts of this. Next, wholesale price index will be released every month. That means, what is the variation in the inflation? It will be releasing data with respect to gap of 1 month. For example, if this is October, in the October we will be getting the WPI data. In the November also we will be getting the WPI data. In the December also we will be getting the WPI data. So, this will be released every month. How government will be collecting the data? That is how this Office of Economic Advisor will be collecting this data. Office of Economic Advisor team will be collecting data from 8,331 wholesale markets present in our India. Okay, it will be collecting details from all these wholesale markets and it will be clubbing them and giving as a final index. Now, what are the commodities present in this? In this, 697 commodities are present. That means basket of goods. As I mentioned earlier, these indices are devised to find out inflation as a whole, not for any single good. So, this covers 697 commodities. Now, the thing which you have to remember for exam is, in this 697 commodities, there are completely only goods. It doesn't consist of any service, no services at all. Okay, this is important. And further, in the calculation of WPI, these 697 commodities have been divided into 3 groups. Now, what are these 3 groups? One is manufactured goods, second is primary articles, third is fuel and power. And we need to know the respective weightage and their order. Now, if I have to say, the order we can call it as MPF. I can simply make it a mnemonic as most perfect friend. So, first higher weightage is of manufactured goods, which consists of 64% weightage. Next comes primary articles, which consists of 23% weightage. And lastly comes this fuel, which consists of only 13% weightage. That's why I told us most perfect friend. First comes manufactured goods, then primary articles, and lastly fuel and power. Okay. Now, in accounting the inflation, not only normal food articles, many type of articles like manufactured goods, the cost of fuel, changes in steel, all these things will also be accounted. Now, if we have to look at only the changes in the food cost, because these will be changing regularly, this tomatoes, onions, sugar, oil and all, WPI is relatively not a better measurement, because the reason is, among the overall weightage of 100%, WPI has food weightage of only 24%, and in that also 14% from primary articles and 9.5% from manufactured goods. Remaining all are not food articles. So, we can say that if we have to know exactly the food inflation, WPI is not a so good measure, because its weightage is less than 1/4. Okay, as I mentioned, WPI is released by Office of Economic Advisor. Similarly, the inflation of only this 24% in this WPI, wholesale food price index, will be released by another body called National Statistical Office, which is an attached office of MOSPI, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Okay, these are the details you need to know with respect to wholesale price index. Now, we have one more recent update with respect to this wholesale price index. Now, what is this update? As I mentioned, currently the base year of wholesale price index is 2011-12, but government has formed a committee to revise this base year, because already it's 15 years past and lot of changes in the economy had happened. So, government had formed a new committee to revise this base year and also revise the basket also. So, the committee has been formed under the chairmanship of Professor Ramesh Chand. He is currently a Niti Aayog member. Government had given him the task to change the base year from 2011-12 to 2022-23. Okay. So, how this change must be happened, what all should be there in the basket will be decided by this Ramesh Chand panel. Okay. Remember, this will be very much important for this year's exam. And along with that, this Ramesh Chand panel have been given one more duty, that government one more duty to change this WPI to PPI. PPI means Producer Price Index. Now, what is this PPI and why government wants to change to PPI? The reason is, in all the Western countries, European countries and all, they won't be releasing any index called WPI. They will be releasing the index called this PPI, Producer Price Index. Okay, Government of India also wants to go to that, but we cannot do in a single day. So, how we have to should be the transition phase from WPI to PPI. All these things will be decided by our Ramesh Chand panel. Now, what would be the major difference in this WPI and PPI? Now, the major difference would be, from a wholesaler point of view, we are giving a WPI. That means who had purchased from the producer. For example, wholesaler might have bought from the market or might have bought from the farmer. That is the producer. There will be some additional costs, logistics costs over there. Some indirect taxes will be there. But if we are having a producer price index, we are looking from the prism of producer. For example, farmer. What is the exact cost of a good from the side of farmer? So, if we have this type of data, it will be beneficial for us to create any future policies or modify any future policies. Thinking all these things, government had created this Ramesh Chand panel. Okay, based on the information, I will show you one previous year question. If possible, please try to answer it. Once have a look at it and try to answer in the comment box. As part of this series, next I will be covering CPI and remaining other measurements with respect to inflation. Thank you.